Susan said, I heard someone say that when someone says I can't get rid of it, I spent good money on it. So then you tell them, when you hold on to the item, you continue to hold on to the mistake. That is such a good point. And I'm big too on like, you're right. It's a mistake in your money. It was a mistake maybe in your spending, but also just like, I don't like, this is just me. I don't like bad energy on things. Like, like I don't, you know, I mean, you guys, most of you guys know that I went through a divorce. And so when I got divorced, like I gradually, not all at once, got rid of like all my old clothes because I was like, well, every time I wear these clothes, I think about the times that I was with my ex-husband. So I would like to have like new stuff. So I just like gradually replaced everything. So I don't know, for some reason, I'm really big on like the energy of your items. And like when I look at stuff in my house, and it's not like I don't buy expensive stuff, but it's just like if I look at something and it's not giving me like a good, happy feeling, I feel inclined to not keep it. Like I would rather get rid of it and have nothing than have something that just feels off to me. Melissa says, earlier today, my friend told me my prices were high for a beginner, $65, and someone she's been friends with has that pricing, and she's done that for 15 years. Automatically come back with, well, she is selling herself short. I'm worried because I spoke of another professional organizer. LOL, could I have handled that better? Any tips for next time? Your friends and your family are often the ones who like encourage you to start a business. They're like, oh my gosh, you're so good at organizing. You've been doing this for free for us for so long. You should start a business. You should do this for money. Okay. Those people are not the same people who are qualified to tell you how to run your business because they've never done it before. Now, I understand your friend is friends with someone who has different pricing, and she has done that for 15 years. You also, now, I would actually ask you, or I'd want to know, is this person actually your competition, first of all? Or does she work in a different area? So are you in the same area? And second of all, how much less does she work for? Oh, you said she has that same pricing and she's done this for 15 years. There's a huge difference between doing package pricing and doing it by the hour. So I encourage package pricing. So if you aren't up on that yet, make sure you read on that. But if you start, when you're starting out, if you do package pricing and you start with $65 an hour as your hourly rate, but then you offer package discounts, that brings it down to something that, you know, per hour is less than $65. So in terms of like just a starting point, I think it's a good starting point. I started higher because I'm a rule breaker and I'm the boss of me and I'm in my biz to be the shiz. Okay. Adria says, because I've never felt such a strong urge to help people and I feel like I could really do that in this capacity. I just don't want that to freak people out, you know? Yeah, I do know. And I have a degree in psychology. And that relates to this question because I never felt when I was studying psychology in college, I was doing that because I thought I wanted to be a therapist. And then about my senior year, I was like, I don't really think that I can actually sit and listen to people's problems all day, which is kind of ironic. Because now that I'm in this profession where I feel like I get to bring together like this practical aspect of like, okay, we're actually dealing with stuff. Like we're not just going to sit here in a chair and charge you $125 an hour to just talk. Like we're actually going to charge you less than that. And I will still let you talk, but we're also going to like get rid of like the physical manifestations of this crap that is going on around you. And that feels really good to me. Like that makes me really happy because I get to be physical, but I also get to be like genuinely helpful to somebody in their life. So I do feel like I get to use my psychology background every day when I do this, and that makes me really, really happy. And Adria, I don't know if you like have a background in this, but I don't think that that's going to freak people out. Because, you know, I mean, people come to organizing from like a variety of different backgrounds. Like I know some people were formerly teachers or formerly, you know, stay-at-home moms. Like there's so many different reasons why, you know, people come to this, but also different ways that people become qualified to do this work. But the thing that brings them together is that they care enough to like want to help other people improve their lives. And you know, I don't think that God, I just kind of lost my train of thought. They what do they have? I was trying to stay on this track. What do they all have in common? That they want to help people improve their lives. And some of them were not even didn't even used to really even be organized people, but they gradually were able to teach themselves over the years, or they had another professional organizer work with them, and then they became organized enough to realize, like, this is life-changing, this is a really big deal. So like that in itself can qualify you to want to help other people and be a professional organizer. And so I think that, like, no matter what your background is, that you're going to be able to relate to people where they are right now and want to help them right now. And I think that it is important as an organizer that you care enough about people to want to do that. So no, I don't think it's going to freak them out. I think, like, that's a great thing, that you're not just in there and saying, like, you know, I'm just here to work with your stuff. I don't really want to hear your crap. Like, don't even talk to me. Like, just write the check. Like, that's not personal. It's not customized. It's not a high-end service. It's not a luxury. Well, I guess it still would be kind of a luxury, but it depends on who you are, right? Oh, here's another great quote I heard this week. This is very PO Studio Girls worthy. I think it was Eleanor Roosevelt, or I mean, I read this and I was like, I don't think I've ever heard this before, so I wonder if Eleanor Roosevelt even said this. The quote was, "Do not ever let somebody give you a no that does not have the power to give you a yes." And I think that includes your friend giving you her opinion on your pricing. Who cares? She's not your client. She's probably not going to refer you to friends of hers that are going to become your clients. Forget about it. I mean, you still love your friends, but, like, yes, you're kind of right, though. This is a reason not to talk too much to people who are close to you until you have your thing up and running, and you can be like, really? Well, I have clients paying me more than that. So, I mean, it just doesn't matter, like, what they think. Like, you will have clients who will want to pay you that if you are doing the things to appeal to them.